All right. We're in action. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Jernigan. This is the Main Event Wrestling Podcast, and I'm joined by my tag team partner, Mr. Patterson. What's happening?
What's going on, Jern?
Listen, go ahead and tell the people you limped in the door.
Oh, I did.
Barely sat down on the couch.
I did.
Not sure if you can get back up off the couch.
I may not. But we made it in. CrossFit Journal. What did you call
Chronicle.
it?
CrossFit Chronicle. Yeah.
CrossFit Chronicles. Today for Memorial Day, we did the Murph workout, which is 1 mile run starting out.
Yep.
100 pull-ups.
Yep.
200 push-ups. 300 air squats.
Yep.
Followed by another 1 mile run.
Listen, you keep doing this, you may get in a ring sometime.
No.
Can you take a bump?
No, I cannot take a bump.
Can you take a flat back bump?
Probably not. Probably not.
Can you do like a roll, like a flip when you roll?
No.
You know, kind of like roll.
No. I'm working on it though. I'm getting
right.
there. So it took me 59 minutes and 28 seconds.
We know some people that's in the business, if you will.
Yes.
And we can make a call and try to get you in.
Give me about 3 more months.
3 months, and you're gonna take a bump.
Well, we'll see what we can do.
We may have to drive down to South Carolina
Oh, I'm game. Let's do it.
to get you in the ring.
I want Buff Bagwell there.
Buff will come to Ashburn.
Yes, he will.
You ain't got to drive too far to see him.
So
You can also look online and see some questionable images online. But beside the point.
of him or the dream.
Probably both. Probably both. Sadly, probably both. All right, everybody. This is the Main Event Wrestling Podcast, a part of the Press Play Podcast Network. Look us up on Twitter. You can find us there. Give us a follow at Main Event Pod. That's MAINEVENTPOD.
Look at my man throwing the spelling grammar out.
I know how to read.
I
know
love
how to spell. Give us a follow there. We would love to talk wrestling with you there. Now, it was a couple weeks ago. I think it's been 2 weeks since we were together here in the studio, in the Main Event Press Play Podcast studio.
Yes.
And we both said a couple of weeks ago that the wrestling landscape of professional wrestling, kind of the wrestling world that we're living in today, is got us both kind of down.
Oh, absolutely.
Because of the lack of fans, it's just a change in the way you watch wrestling. It's a change in the way wrestling is presented. Let me ask you, Mr. Patterson, 2 weeks later, we've had Money in the Bank a couple weeks ago. We had Double or Nothing last night or 2 nights ago.
Right.
Anything changed?
No. It's still terrible.
I wouldn't say terrible. It's just different.
I mean, it really is. I mean, and I did read this morning that WWE is looking at having their wrestlers now surround the ring like AEW is doing.
I don't know what the holdup's been.
Because AEW done it first.
Well, so?
And so, you know, WWE does not want to copy anybody.
They changed the camera angle after Dynamite changed theirs that first Wednesday.
So I don't know what, like you said, I don't know what the holdup has been. But they're looking at starting that soon. I hope that they do something. AEW's got a little bit of an advantage in this whole process.
Which is?
They have the Jaguar Stadium, so it's outdoors. So to me,
you're talking about where they do their TV show,
right? Where they do the TV show,
the Daily Place is what.
The Daily Place.
Yeah.
Because to me, I think you can probably have more people outdoor in a crowd than WWE can have in the Performance Center.
Yeah, I don't know what the laws are in Florida. Obviously, here in North Carolina, we can gather outside as long as everybody's spaced out and that kind of stuff. I don't know what the deal is in Florida. But yes, the Daily's Place is outside.
Plus, you got the whole football stadium.
Well, we saw the whole football stadium Saturday night being used. Poor old Jericho got lined. Hangman Page ran over him with the lining machine. That lines
my man pulled out a flag and needed a replay.
We'll get to Double or Nothing in a minute. Let's go back to Money in the Bank. Were you happy with the Money in the Bank winners, the match?
Asuka kind of shocked me. Like we said, we thought Otis would be one of the top 2 to win it.
I said, and if I need to, I can put that clip in here right now. That don't be surprised if Otis does not win the Money in the Bank.
We said that.
By God.
Wasn't shocked there. Now, Asuka was a shock to me.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of Shayna's, but we didn't know about Becky.
Right.
Yeah, like obviously they knew about Becky being pregnant, and so they just kind of
But wouldn't that be
slid
the perfect
Asuka in her
time
place.
to just let Shayna win the Money in the Bank and say, here
No.
You don't think so?
No. You got to have if there was a bad guy authority figure, then you could have that bad guy authority figure hand Shayna the belt.
Right.
You could do it that way, but you can't have Shayna be given the belt by a good guy, by her rival.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now. If Becky would have come out that Monday night and said, "Hey, I got an announcement," before she announced that she was pregnant, I don't know what the rules are as far as taking bumps while you're pregnant. I wouldn't think it's.
Well, see, what was the pay-per-view before that?
WrestleMania.
Well,
no,
they said she wrestled when she was pregnant there.
No, it was the next one. I forgot.
Elimination? No, it wasn't.
Was it Elimination? No, that was before WrestleMania. I can't remember. Anyway, what I'm saying, if Becky would have come out there and been talked up this big announcement, and then if Shayna would have come out and just beat the devil out of her, and then Becky would have said, "Hey, listen, I'm hurt, whatever. I can't come back for 9 months or a year or whatever." Never tell anybody she's pregnant. But if Shayna just beats her down,
right,
then she may have a claim for the belt after that.
Like if
just
she wins
give
Money
it to
in the
her.
Bank, she just smashes her with the briefcase and pins her.
Yeah, but
no
listen,
bumps to the stomach.
I don't know if we have any female listeners out there or not, but they're probably going crazy right now for us even suggesting that a pregnant Becky Lynch get hit with anything.
Let me go and tell you, I'm one of the few fans that is ecstatic she's pregnant. I am so glad she's pregnant.
You know, Seth will still be on TV, right?
I don't care.
Okay.
She won't be.
You don't like Becky?
No.
Come on, Jam.
She's terrible.
I understand you being happy if that takes Seth off TV.
Oh, yeah.
I get
but it's
that.
going to take him off TV, too.
Not much.
And so.
Coming from a dad who still went to work when we had a baby in the house, not much.
So, I'm just glad gone.
Gone. So we had Money in the Bank a couple of weeks ago. Asuka won the Money in the Bank. Was handed the championship, and I think they're still setting up probably. I don't know if they're going to use Shayna and Asuka or not. We'll see. Who knows? And then of course you had Otis win the men's Money in the Bank, which I halfway called. And do not be surprised, which is what I pitched a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Do not be surprised if Mandy and or Tucker cost Otis his championship title match. I can see it happening.
Absolutely. Now, I did read this also before we jump to AEW. Big E is looking for a singles run.
Well, he needs one.
He wants the New Day to kind of break up for a little bit and put him on a singles run.
He should have been doing that the past 2 years, especially the past however long it's been since Xavier Woods got hurt when they just had two of them.
Yeah.
Kofi was doing his thing. He had his singles run 2 years ago at WrestleMania.
Right.
So I want to see bad guy Big E. I don't want to see good guy throwing pancakes, laughing and dancing. I want to see bad guy Big E.
It'd be good.
Just come out
do a good job
and destroy some people.
I think he could do a better job as a heel than Bobby Lashley. They've tried so many times with Bobby, and I just can't buy it.
Yeah, it looks like Bobby Lashley is going to get the next championship match with Drew McIntyre.
With MVP as the manager.
It looks like. So we'll see. All right, Saturday night was Double or Nothing live from Jacksonville, Florida. Supposed to have been live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Would you rather go to Jacksonville or Las Vegas?
Las Vegas.
I don't blame you.
Las Vegas,
I don't blame
baby.
you one bit. The show kicked off with a pre-show match, a buy-in match, if you will, a number one contenders tag team championship match with the best friends and the private party. Where's the private party been?
I guess they just been home chilling.
We ain't seen them jokers do anything on TV in a long time.
Well, I've seen them in the crowd.
Yeah.
So they haven't been doing anything.
Yep.
Man, pretty good match. And I said this a couple weeks ago to you. It seems to me without the fans, without looking around, you see so many this match to me had so many botches.
Oh yeah.
So many mistakes, miscues, and it just. I mean, it's a good match, but it could have been so much better.
Well, you had the Best Friends defeat the Private Party. So Best Friends are the #1 contenders for the Tag Team Championship. The first match on the real show was the ladder match. What was it called? It was called something.
Oh, I can't remember. But not too bad, man. Let me tell you something about that match. Darby Allin, who we're both a fan of.
I like
right?
Darby.
Darby's going to die.
Casino ladder match is what it was, yes.
Darby is going to die in the ring.
Yeah, I saw a highlight of him on a skateboard jumping off a ladder trying to land on, who was it? Tried to land on somebody.
Man, but I
can't remember.
He
anyway,
tries some insane stuff. He's got to stop.
The big surprise, the 9th entrant into this ladder match was Brian Cage. Have you seen Brian Cage before?
I have.
What do you think? That's a big joker.
He is, but I just don't like.
Oh, he's good. Go ahead.
I just don't like throwing somebody like that into the main event picture right off the bat.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Because first of all, if you're going on believability, he'll kill everybody in the ring.
He's a big boy.
He'll kill everybody. In Lucha Underground, he had a glove. It's almost like, does Iron Man have a glove or somebody on one of those movies?
Thanos.
Okay.
Yeah.
They have a glove that's got like power.
Right.
Okay. On Lucha Underground, Cage had a glove. He beat up somebody, took it from some hoodlum or something, and he had a glove. And when he hit somebody with that glove, like they were out.
Match over.
They're basically dead. So Brian Cage won the match. I'm all for bringing in a new star, especially a big-time star, I believe to be a big-time star, and putting him over in a big way the very first time. Now, that don't mean he's got to beat Moxley this Wednesday.
Right.
I'm not saying that, but he's got a championship match coming up sometime in the future, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Next up, you had MJF beat Jungle Boy by pinfall. These are two of our favorites for two different reasons. One, because we like Jungle Boy for being a good guy, and one, because we respect MJF for being one of the best bad guys
so good
on TV. What do you do with MJF now? Do you put him up there with Moxley?
See, to me, that because him and Cody's already had the feud, right?
Yep.
So to me, that's the next step for him is you got to put him there. The one thing I do like about AEW, there's not 50,000 world championship belts.
Not yet.
I hope they don't go that route.
Not yet.
So to me, you got to put him in that feud for the belt here pretty soon, man.
Yeah, I think he beat Cody. He got injured. He come back. He won a couple matches on TV. Here he beat Jungle Boy. So yeah, I think he's on the way. Speaking of Cody and a championship, you had the TNT championship. And speaking of putting MJF with a champion, maybe you revisit Cody and MJF for the TNT championship.
I hope not.
You hope not.
No, if we had to put somebody up against Cody right now,
yeah,
I would say, that may be where the Dark Order goes now. Maybe even let's see, who else? Maybe Jericho goes after Cody. Maybe he goes after that belt.
No.
Maybe Sammy Guevara.
Maybe.
I would love to see Sammy with a belt.
Maybe. So you had Cody defeat Lance Archer to become the first ever TNT champion. And, of course, you had Iron Mike Tyson at ringside.
Yawning.
Took his shirt off one time. I'd like to see Tyson punch somebody while he was there, but I'm probably glad he didn't. But I wish he would have.
He's supposed to be in that bare knuckles fight coming up, signing a deal for $20 million for a fight.
No, I didn't hear this.
Bare knuckles.
With who?
I can't remember the other guy's name. Hang on, I'll look it up.
Is it just like a boxing match, or is it like an MMA? You can kick and grab a leg.
No,
and all that
it's
stuff?
like boxing, but like
no gloves.
No gloves.
I'd pay to see that. I'd pay to see that. So you had Cody defeat Lance Archer. What do you think Lance Archer does now? Because he was undefeated. He was a killer. It took, I think, 3 Crossroads to beat him last night or 2 nights ago. What happens with Lance? What does Jake the Snake do with the Murder Hawk, Lance Archer?
He turns on him.
Who turned on him?
Jake turns on the Murder Hawk.
To do what?
Hang on. Mike Tyson's going to fight Shannon Briggs in a bare knuckle fight for $20 million. Whoever Shannon Briggs is.
Would you fight Mike Tyson in a bare knuckle fight for 20 mil? For 20 mil?
No.
Okay, just checking.
No, I wouldn't fight Mike Tyson with the big inflatable boxing gloves that they used to make. No, Jake's got to turn on the murder. He let him down. He lost the match. So Jake has got to turn on him. Jake.
So you're going to have Lance Archer be a good guy?
No. He's still going to be a bad guy, but Jake somehow is going to he's either got to make him more mean, or he's got to say, you're not worth my time.
If you turn on him, then one of them's got to be the good guy. That's what happens when you turn on somebody.
I get that, but something's going to happen.
All right. I don't know about that. Then we had Chris Statlander was supposed to wrestle one of our favorites, the role model,
yes,
the dentist herself, Britt Baker. But, of course, she's hurt, and she was replaced with Penelope Ford. Statlander got the win. And you had Dustin Rhodes beat Shawn Spears by pinfall.
Quick match.
I don't know what you're going to do with, like, Dustin Rhodes. Like, you can still do something with Shawn Spears because they haven't done much with him already.
Yeah.
You can still build him up. Dustin Rhodes, I think he's probably best used when it comes to like being Cody's protector.
Right.
Kind of being like he had a great match with Archer a couple weeks ago on Wednesday night, doing that type deal, kind of getting people ready for Cody. So I don't know what you do with Dustin
and
from here on out.
You look at Shawn Spears, like you said, to me, a great talent.
Yeah.
But they really haven't showcased him either.
Not yet.
Other than on Dark.
Yeah, not yet. Right. He had that one match before the TV show started with Cody. That's when he brought in Tully Blanchard,
right,
and they did that whole deal, and it was good. They'll do something with him, I believe. It's just waiting for the right time. Next up, we had the AEW Women's World Championship match, a no disqualification, no countout match with what's the girl's name?
Which one?
The Japanese girl?
Cherie?
No. What?
I can't say her name.
I know, that's why I wanted you to say it.
I can't say her name.
Hikaru Shida. There you go. She defeated the one and only Nyla Rose by pinfall to become the third ever women's AEW champion.
Man, I think she's a fan favorite. They lost their fans, right? So they were all kind of backing her.
Yeah.
She's Kenny Omega's prodigy when it comes to the female side of the wrestlers. And so I like her, man. She's
good.
I think she's got a good skill set.
I think she's good. Nyla Rose is good. I think Statlander's okay. I just think her gimmick is just kind of too far out there.
Yeah.
I think Britt Baker is good. I think Britt Baker's gimmick is better than Britt Baker's wrestling ability, but she's gotten better, and I think she'll continue to get better. So I think she'll be okay. So the women's AEW women's roster is getting better, I think. They may add somebody here or there. Who knows? But it's better. I think it's in better shape now than it was 6 months ago.
Oh, when it first started. Yeah
6 months
way
ago.
Better.
Next up, you had Jon Moxley defeating Brody Lee, or Mr. Brody Lee, by referee stoppage to retain the AEW World Champion.
That kind of shocked me.
The fact that it was a referee stoppage tells me this is not their last match.
Right.
They'll have some other match coming up.
But it still kind of shocked me that, even though it was a stoppage, it's kind of like a clean win, right? He choked him out.
Hell.
And so, you kind of expecting somebody to get involved in the match, which kind of never happened. So, I think Moxley's going to hold the belt for a while.
Yeah, I don't see Brody Lee getting it. Not yet. He may sometime. Not yet. We talked about MJF. I don't see that. Now, if I don't know what the plans are for Lance Archer, but I can see Lance Archer beating Moxley with him and Jake. If Jake takes him away for a month and gets him to be meaner, more dangerous, gets him to be a batter joker, and then come back and he works his way up to be the number one contender. You got Brian Cage sitting there,
so
right, with a number one contenders match or with a championship match whenever he wants it. You got that coming up. It'd be interesting to see what they do with Brian Cage because you may have to put him with somebody. Now, he was with Taz. Taz come out with him.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what
Taz is a good mic.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their relationship is, but we'll see what happens there. I don't see Moxley losing anytime soon, but you never know, I guess. You never know. And then the main event last night was the Stadium Stampede match, which was held in the Jaguar Stadium, all over the stadium. There were cones involved. There was as we said earlier, the machine that lines the football field was involved. They were up in the stands. They were in the corridor. They were on the field. Obviously.
Had a horse chase.
It was something to be seen. And, of course, the Elite defeated the Inner Circle in this match. Now, let me ask you this. The past couple of months, we've seen the Boneyard match that was like this. We've seen the Firefly Funhouse match. We saw the Money in the Bank match. And now we have the Stadium Stampede match. Give me a rank. Rank those 4 matches. Which one's your favorite, number 1? And out of these 4, which one's number 4? How would you rank those?
I'd go Boneyard.
Is your favorite?
Yep.
Okay.
Firefly Funhouse is 2.
Okay.
The Stadium would be 3.
Uh-huh.
And Money in the Bank would be 4.
I thought for sure you were going to pick the Stadium as 1.
No.
You're an AEW man.
I am. But it was good. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
But, I mean, WWE, they killed it with the Funhouse. They killed it with the Boneyard match.
Yeah, I like the Boneyard match better than the Funhouse.
And so,
I
had that number 1.
The Funhouse was good.
Yeah,
I like the Boneyard match was good.
Now, I tell you what, and it doesn't have to do with the Stadium. Sammy Guevara out of this group, is going to be a star.
Yeah,
I mean he's good.
Yeah,
and even he was the one who took the pin, but he showed himself. They did the Matt Hardy thing is getting a little old now. Like they put him underwater and he came up version 1.
They're getting old. This is only the first time they've done it.
No, they did it the Freezer the other night.
Well,
he kept coming out different versions of himself.
That don't count.
And so I'm already tired of that. My favorite part of the Stampede match was my man Page is at the bar drinking.
Yeah.
My man, what's his name? Oh, shoot. What's his name, Jern? The big boy. Jake Hager comes in. You think they're going to brawl from the get-go. And my man says, no, let me have a drink, too.
Yeah.
And then they brawl.
Yeah, you gotta get ready. If you're going to have a barroom brawl, you got to get ready. You can't just walk in and throw down.
But it was good, man. I enjoyed it. Very entertaining.
Give me a letter grade on the pay-per-view, A, B, C, D.
I give it a B.
A B? All right.
I give it a B.
Not bad.
Like I said, I think it's hard to give anybody an A right now just because there's no energy with fans.
I think you can give a match an A, but as far as the whole show, it's just odd.
Yeah.
It's just odd to watch. Have you seen any of the Undertaker's documentary on the network?
I have not.
Oh.
I canceled my subscription.
Oh. You need to get it back.
Nope.
Listen, get you a new email, sign up for that free month, and just watch this Undertaker documentary.
Get you a new I'll use the church's email.
Whatever, and watch this documentary. They just had episode 3, I believe, come out last night. I have not seen episode 3, but the first 2 was amazing. They went all the way back to Royal Rumble 2017 when they set up his WrestleMania match with Roman Reigns in Orlando. And The Undertaker said when he was in the ring for the Royal Rumble, he knew I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm old, I'm out of shape, I'm hurt. His hip was jacked up, his knee was jacked up. But by the time he realized that, when he's standing in the ring, there ain't nothing you can do, because they had it set up for him and Roman to have a moment to lead to the WrestleMania match at WrestleMania. I believe it was 34 in Orlando. It's 33 or 34. And so he knew he was in trouble. And so you know how that match turned out. It was daggum near terrible. And then The Undertaker retired, in air quotes, after the match when he took his coat off and laid it in the ring.
Yep.
And then he was watching. They showed him and his wife, Michelle McCool, watching that match back.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, that sucks. That's horrible. And I believe it's because he was watching that match back. He started training. WWE sent him a ring to Texas where he lives, and he started training. And then that led to him setting up that match with John Cena kind of out of the blue. And they had about 3 or 4 weeks to set that up for WrestleMania in New Orleans, which I believe was, I want to say that was 30. That may have been 34, and then 35 was in New York, and then 36 was this one here. So, really good stuff. You get to see The Undertaker kind of not being The Undertaker. You get to see Mark Calloway. They show his wife. She's in there a lot. They show his kids, his family. I love it. You need to watch it, by God.
Nope. I'm not getting I'm done with WWE.
What?
I will scan through it on the weekdays, but No.
What could WWE do to get your $10 a month back from the network?
Look, they're not hurting missing my $10. First off,
Oh, they must be. They cut all them people.
First off, man, I want better storylines.
Okay.
I'm good with Drew McIntyre as champ.
Yeah.
I didn't like right after WrestleMania, Kevin Owens beats Seth Rollins, but guess who gets the first title shot?
Seth Rollins.
So I don't like stuff
Well,
like that.
Kevin's at home, a little staying away, don't want to be germ infested, all that kind of good stuff.
Well, I get that.
Yeah.
Throw Big E in there, like we talked about.
You can't just throw somebody in there.
You had AJ Styles there.
AJ got buried. He got killed.
Well, I'm saying there's other people. Everything WWE does right now, it revolves around who? Seth Rollins.
Well,
he's the
Messiah. He's the Messiah.
The Monday Night Miscue.
Monday Night Miscue.
But I mean, that, and to me, 3 hours is so long.
I ain't disagree with that.
3 hours. I mean, it's just so long, and so
I ain't disagree with that.
You know, you got to have comedy in there, and another thing, you got to bring back R-Truth's belt. You can't let Rob Gronkowski be running around with it. You don't even. I mean,
R-Truth's got to go get it. He got to go to Tampa.
Somebody does.
Yeah. Don't think you won't see that once football gets cleared to have practice and they can get all the teams together.
Oh, R-Truth is there.
Don't you think that you won't see a video of what would be funny? Oh, what would be funny if Tampa Bay played Jacksonville or had a scrimmage against Jacksonville.
Ooh.
And they did something in Jacksonville, in that stadium that belongs to the Cons. Oh, gosh, that would be great.
That'd be good stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
now,
great.
Speaking of the Cons, and we'll go after this, I did read a sad report.
Okay.
Tony Khan said he would never sign 2 people from WWE. Would never sign them.
Uh-huh.
Told them that.
Uh-huh.
Told these 2 personalities he would never sign them.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear who they were?
No.
Rick and Charlotte Flair.
'Cause they ain't going anyway.
Well, no, he said, you know, even if they did, he said
they ain't.
Which I like this about Tony Khan. Don't know him, don't know anything about him really, but he said the relationship that Flair has had with Triple H and all that, there's a lot of respect there. So I've been calling Ric Flair to AEW for a long time.
Yep.
And so this kind of broke my heart when I saw Tony Khan said he would never sign Ric Flair out of respect to the friendship and the loyalty he's had with WWE, and he would never go after Charlotte.
Okay, he would never go after Charlotte.
Now, Charlotte
But
decided,
you don't think if something happened with Charlotte, not just take Rick out of the picture, if something happened with Charlotte and Vince, Triple H, Stephanie, whoever, they had a big falling out, and Charlotte's contract came up and she was available and she called Tony Khan up.
He's an idiot if he don't sign her.
Yeah, that joker would be all over that.
And he's an idiot if he don't sign her and put her in the belt the first day.
Well, you don't like it when they do it with Cage?
Well, it's different here. This is Charlotte.
I understand. All right, everybody. This is the Main Event Wrestling Podcast. We'll be back next week to recap all of NXT going on. We got an NXT PPV, a pay-per-view coming up in your house, coming up in a few weeks. It's already looking like it's going to be pretty daggum good. So we'll be back with that, with predictions and then a recap of that show. Look us up on Twitter, Main Event Pod, at Main Event Pod. Find us on PressPlayPodcast.com and all the family of shows that we have on Press Play Podcast. I'm Michael Jernigan.
Jam.
Peace.